I've come out to a really amazing nature reserve today. It's the Berkshire, Buckinghamshire and Oxford Wildlife Trust's College Lake Nature Reserve. It's absolutely incredible. You're greeted with a map of the reserve. It's like a good 2.5 mile walk around the whole reserve. And this is the visitor centre. And check out those oxeye daisies on the roof. A living roof on there. This is a really seriously amazing nature reserve. It's an old cement quarry, I believe, and it's been reclaimed by nature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you on a little walk right round and visit some of the bird hides. Let's have a look in this one. This is the Graham's hide, and they've got lots of amazing exhibits and fossils and stuff in here, and stuff that was dug out when it was quarried. And they've got a massive mammoth tusk in the shop as well, which is amazing. That was dug up. Here we go. Yes, there's some amazing fossils here on show. Loads of information about them, really well presented. And this mammoth tusk as well, look at that. It's amazing, and here's a large mammoth tooth. It's so well presented in here. Look at this amazing wall illustration of all the birds, the willow warbler, chiff chaff, the cuckoo. We've got the hobby, the terns. I think there's some terns nesting on the platforms out there. Just look at that view. So yeah, the Berkshire, Buckinghamshire and Oxfordshire Wildlife Trust College Lake. Let's go and have a wander round. Well, this is quite a gem of a nature reserve. I'd say little gem, but it's not little, it is massive. Look at that lot. There's all sorts flying around. I can't wait to get round to these birds' hides and show you. Oh, look at that. There's a red kite right above me. You see that? Wow, that is coming right above me. How about that? That's amazing. A red kite just right above me, low down, looking for some picking opportunities, so something to scavenge on. Wow, I got goosebumps after that encounter with a red kite. Right, let's go for it. This place is really well set out and laid out. It's really top class. Let's go into this little building here called the Back Roost, and they really seem to have education in mind at this place, which is brilliant. They've got a little room in here, and they're really going into the details of the history, you know, right back, all the geology and how chalk's made, and then all of these, time of the volcanoes, time of the sea, time of the fish. What a great opportunity for kids to understand the basics. Here's another view out on the lake. Wow. I'm just in the wildlife garden area now. Great little educational area to show you what you could do in your garden to encourage wildlife. We've got a bee hotel there. Look at this lot. A bee having a good time. This little shepherd's hut. Let's have a little look in here. Oh wow, look at this lot. Brilliant. How cool is that? It's a bit of a whistle-stop tour around here. It's a big old reserve. Here we've got a load of herb garden, look. Chives and thyme, mint, lavender. Herbs are really important for pollinators. The majority of herbs are a massive benefit to pollinators, so it's always worth having a herb garden. They're very easy to look after as well. Look at the beauty of this, you see. Why would anyone have a stripy cut lawn? If you got a kid to choose between a stripy cut lawn and this, what would the kid choose? Definitely this, like 100%. Aha, now we're talking. Wildlife pond. The single most beneficial thing you can do in your garden is to build a pond. Look at that. It encourages all sorts of wildlife that lives in there, that comes to drink and that comes to bathe. Look at that, it's a spotted orchid. They've even got orchids in here. It's funny where orchids turn up. Their seeds for orchids are so small, and they can travel on the wind, and they just pop up anywhere, orchids. They're incredible. There's a load in there. And on the way in, the lady said that there's some orchids on their living roof as well. This really has to be one of the best nature reserves I've been to in the sense of being open to the public and educating people. It is incredible. There is so much going on down there. All these little islands are perfect habitat for wetland birds, perfect nesting opportunities out on platforms where they're a bit safer from predators. Here we've got a section of cornfield flowers. So there's 120 odd species of what we call cornfield flowers. So back in the day, before farming became so intensive, lots of wildflowers would have had an opportunity to grow within the fields, within the cornfields. So they've got them all here: field cornwheat and weasel snout and corn buttercup. And they've got them all labelled up in this beautiful cornfield. You know, things have really changed now. When you look at our fields, they're sprayed fungicides, pesticides, herbicides, you know, big machinery. Our modern agriculture is a lot different to what it used to be, but it used to be a lot more rich before we intensified and before we had so many humans demanding so much cheap food. Look at this. This is chamomile here. Chamomile, corncockle, creeping buttercup, and look at all this purple stuff, vetch. What a beautiful sight. What an absolute beautiful sight. Just look at all these oxeye daisies. Look at them all. It's been a really good year for oxeye daisies. I'm sure it has. They're in such abundance. I'm entering a section there called the chalk grassland now. You can see there's lots of yellow rattle in here as well to keep the grasses down. And they've given me a map to get around this place, to give me an idea where I am, because it's so big and so full of stuff. And one thing I will say about this place, College Lake, is it is so flat and it's a really well paved area. It's ideal if you've got a pram or if you need a wheelchair or if you're not too steady on your feet. The conditions are perfect for going for a little stroll. Well, I've really enjoyed my walk around here. It's been amazing. It's such a big, good reserve, and there's so much bird life down here in the water. So if you're ever in Buckinghamshire, Berkshire, Oxfordshire, head out to College Lake. It's a really cool place, and you could very easily spend an entire day here. And they've got a nice little cafe as well. There you go. What a place. What a place, College Lake. Cheers guys, get wild.